Okay, I forgot about the 28 millimeter. This is the R6 Mark II. Okay, I was thinking of just keeping this for now. It's a IPB 4K 30 28 millimeter f2.8. Let me just take it outside. It's kind of bright. I do have a rubber lens hood on. Just showing around. Just walking around. So I really can't see the LCD screen. So I'm just hoping that it's working. Just walking around. I'm using the internal microphone. And I do not know if I have the stabilization on. You can see where I cut the grass. I didn't want to do that part right there. And I didn't want to straighten this up. A lot of rocks. So I'll do that tomorrow, in the front yard. I'm hoping that the city will come by and take care of all this. So, but I did do my 3 feet on my side of the fence. So actually, all I have to do is cut up to here. All right. I just went a little beyond. So, anyway, this is 28 millimeter. Let's take some shots. I do want to say one more thing is I'm in the shade now, okay? So this is if you're vlogging. Is it too wide? This is a 28 millimeter. I tried the 24 millimeter and the 16. I think the 16 is the best if you want a lot of stuff behind you. So anyway, this is 28 millimeter. Okay. Best vlogging lens ever. 16 millimeter. F2.8. I'm in program mode. And the one thing I will say about this, what is it? Oh, trying to get the display. Oh, and phone. Sorry. Yeah, that's all it's going to give me. Doesn't tell me anything else. But you can see my voice, auto white balance, should be 4K 30 IPB. Okay. Now, one thing about this flippy screen, it goes out this way. It doesn't come flat, so it's off to the side. And I got it in program. So it's doing the colors it's want to do. I'm going to put it in auto. Okay, I'm in auto. Let the camera do it. So as I'm going away, it should be dark. And if I walk toward the sun, I should get brighter. Yep, it's bright. But this is 16 millimeter. So I'm not trying to look at the LCD screen. This camera is about the same weight as the R8 with the battery grip. So the IBIS does make a difference on the weight. But it should be pretty stable. This is 16 millimeters. So how do I look? So I'll be walking on the inside. What I'm doing is I'm just waiting for the grass to dry. And I'm going to close the garage door. So you see, I wanted to try that just to the light. Walking inside with the 16mm f2.8. So as I get toward the window, it's bright. And as I go away, it adjusts. And it is heavy. Okay? The way I'm holding it, it's heavy. But the 16mm is wide. See? Office. Pretty good, right? I'm just turning just to see if there's any stuttering. Looking at Wanda. What are you doing, Wanda? Huh? She says, you play with these cameras more than you play with me. So, anyway, I'm walking. How do I look? So you can see the shadows as I get toward the window. There's the glass. Yeah, it is getting heavy. Wow. Isn't that something? Well, there's the wall clock, grandfather clock. And I look pretty good. Just panning. Okay, so let's go out in the backyard. Show you my handiwork. You coming? Come on. I probably didn't see her. Okay, so I'm outside. I'm in the shade. I did half the yard, so I'm going to show you. Gotta turn around this way. Okay. So this is the stuff I'm going to have to do. This is the stuff I've done. I did in the front yard. I needed to dry a little bit more so I can finish this grass. It'll only take me about a half hour. But in some places it's 3 feet high. So, well, maybe 2 feet, 2.5. But you can see, just panning around with 16mm. It's pretty good. Yeah, I gotta chop those down. Trim the tree. Yeah, I gotta do a lot of stuff. But I'm retired, I can do stuff like this. Let's get a close-up of Wanda. So this is a 16mm RF. It's a great camera. And no overheating, folks. That's the difference. This is not overheating. I've been recording for about 5 minutes. So anyway, so much for the 16mm. Okay, folks, I had the stabilization off. I got the digital enhanced too, or whatever. So now I'm walking around. Let's see how well this is. And I'm moving kind of fast, okay? So I'm in the sun. How does it look? Let's turn it around. Let's see what I'm looking at. Okay. So you can see where I need to finish on the grass. You can see a little bit of what I have done. This is a 16mm. Great vlogging lens. Okay. Landscape. Underrated. It's great. Some people want like a 10 or to 14 on the inside. but 16 millimeters, not bad. You know, for showing off apartments or inside of a house for real estate. It's a good lens. Now I'm gonna walk inside again. This time I'm not going to be in front of it. I'm just going to look how it does on the inside. Okay. So you see, get some light. You can see it better. In a dark area. It does brighten up a little bit. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. No, almost 3. So you see, this is the R6 Mark II, folks. There she is. Hi, Wanda. This is A+ movie mode. I take that back. That wasn't the movie mode. That was just A+. I don't see the difference. 16 millimeter. So the way you can tell is if I turn the LCD screen around and I hold the camera, see, it's doing a pretty good job. As you get closer to the window, it gets brighter. As I'm scrolling around, I get darker. Now see, it's really dark now. As I move around, you can see the grandfather clock, and you can see me. Now I'm just going to move around the house in this movie mode. I see it around my eye and face. And when I'm in the dark, it's in face, and then as it gets lighter, it's around my eye. But you see how nice the 16 millimeter is? And look how everything is bright. So there are some dark spots as I'm walking in there. But right now it looks like a bright room, doesn't it? It's amazing what cameras can do. So I'm getting toward the window in the front bedroom. Look how bright I am. Let's look at the mirror. So you can see. Now I'm kind of dark, but if I just scroll, see, I'm really dark. But as I get into light, yep, looking good. Hope you're not getting dizzy. It is getting heavy though. So let's take a look at the light. So I'll do one with the R6 Mark II, one with the R8. Yeah, I might put it together. I don't know. But anyway. Here we go. She's getting in her spot. Bye, folks. Okay. This is the R6 Mark II with my 28 millimeter RF lens. It's my favorite. I like it better than a 24 millimeter, even if I used it last night. I got the stabilization on, and it's in aperture priority mode. So So see, I'm moving around, I'm walking. So I'm not showing you my face, I'm just showing you by moving it around. Is it jerky? Is it good enough? Moving around. I want to show you these wonderful leaves and buds. Flowers didn't come out, unfortunately. But this young one's growing. And as you can see, the leaves are dying. So anyway, they're disappearing. I should have never cut off these branches earlier. It would have been a spectacular view. I don't know why I did it. So anyway. So this is aperture priority, or aperture mode, movie mode. I'm now going to do shutter. Okay, 1/60th of a shutter speed. I do not know what the aperture is. Okay, but I'm walking around. And I got the Rode lavalier mic on. So see, it's kind of dark, so let's change it to 1/30th. It's getting a little bit brighter. And I put the focus on back of the LCD, see if it'll focus things. Yeah, it's focusing. I'm just moving it around. Yeah, it's slowly focusing. It's taking its time. So let's walk toward the tree. So this is the Canon R6 Mark II with the Rode lavalier mic and the RF 28mm f2.8. Very light. This is kind of like my favorite lens. And you can see how close I can get to the leaves. Focus a little bit. There we go. How's that? See if I can get any closer. All right. So let's go into program priority. Okay, so this is program. Staying on focus. Moving around. So I think it's blurry to move, and then once you focus on something, it stays, then it sharpens up. This camera is heavy for a while because it has stabilization or IBIS. I noticed the difference that the R8 was very light indeed, but that has no IBIS. So I'm going on the tree. Doesn't recognize it. And then there's the other tree down there, so I'll walk toward it. So this is the program. And shortly I'm going to go into manual mode. Yep. Okay, 1/250th of shutter speed, f2.8, manual mode. ISO's on auto. And it's looking pretty sharp. Now, if I move the 1/25th, which I'll do shortly, you'll see it get much brighter. This is a 28mm f2.8 lens on here. See, it's pretty well, if I'm standing still, it's not moving. It's doing a real good job. Look how big this crepe myrtle has grown. Love it. Okay, last mode is the A+ movie mode. Oh, I forgot. Let me go in 1/125th. 200, 1/60th, 1/125th. So it's kind of like what I'm watching. I think it's 1/60th where it's the colors match. Okay, but that's 1/125th, so it brightened up. And look how everything is bright. That's why I put it at 2/50th. Do 1/6, or if I do 100, 1/80th, 1/60th, 50th, 40th, 30th. You see how bright it is? So then you compensate with 3.2, 4. That's what it was yesterday. So there's that 4. And I think I was at 1/60th of shutter speed last night. And ZV-10 at f4. ISO was on auto also. It was either that or I put it on 1600. I can't remember. But that was on the Sony ZV-10. This is a full frame camera. This is 28, where the other one I had kind of like a, it was 16 millimeter, but it was like a 24 actually for full frame. And that's what I should have done. I should have put the 24 millimeter on here with the just to make it look like the Sony ZV-10. And I might do that again tonight. I don't know. That way I compare it apples to apples between a crop sensor camera and a full frame camera. So anyway, this is the manual mode. Let's go to A+. Okay, so the picture is controlled completely by the camera. Everything's controlled. And I think that's what I had the settings on last night, on this camera. So it was pretty good. It lost focus a couple times on some soldiers, but look how smooth the video is. Stabilization is on, so I'm walking. It looks pretty good. Yep. And this is with the 28 millimeter. So I like the 26 and the 28 on the Nikon, and I like it on this camera too. So anyway, this should conclude my video on the Canon R6 Mark II. I did the 1/400, 24/105. Now I'm going to put it in post. Thank you for watching. And remember, stay safe, keep smiling. Until next time, I shall see you then. Goodbye, folks.